What is up, everyone? I am here in the garage giving you my full review of the Salomon Speedcross 5 GTX. I have put over 50 miles into these bad boys and have thoroughly enjoyed it. So, let's get into the uppers. We'll start at the top of the shoe. Lots of positives here. So, the tongue of the shoe is a little thicker than most shoes, even most trail shoes from what I've experienced, but it's really nice. It's very comfortable. Not so thick that it becomes cumbersome or hard to deal with or leaves you out of touch with the upper part of the shoe, but it's enough to ensure that the lacing system doesn't dig down into your foot. So it's really nice. That's a positive thing. The lacing, of course, is really easy to use. You got that quick lacing system. You just cinch down on this and tighten the shoe up. You can tuck it away right in here so you don't have any extra lacing hanging out to get snagged or untied. So it's a nice way to tuck that up out of the way. The upper is also very comfortable around your foot. I found every time I slip my foot into there, it's just super nice, almost feels plush. And that's probably not the right word to use, but it just wraps your foot up around. You feel like your foot's not going to be moving anywhere, going anywhere. And yet with all that security that the shoe provides around your foot, it doesn't feel, there's no hot spots. It doesn't feel like your foot's going to be, or your toes are rubbing in anything that might cause an issue. I've had zero problems when it comes to the feel and the fit of this shoe around my foot. I ordered true to size, which for me was a 9.5, and my foot fits perfectly. I also feel like my toes had just enough room to move around during the runs, but not so much where it felt like I didn't have any security where they were just kind of going wherever and rubbing on the side of the shoe or the bottom of the shoe. There's enough room in the toes as well so that when you're going downhill, you're not banging up against the front here. So yeah, very, very nice around the foot. The heel is nice. You have enough security back here to prevent your heel from moving around a lot, and enough softness and forgiveness right here at the top that, for me at least, there was no rubbing against my Achilles heel, which was really nice. The materials are designed and engineered to last. This is a very durable, well-engineered, well-built shoe. It's going to protect your foot very well. So definitely some pros there, some good things going on with the upper. This is the GTX version, so of course you've got gore-tex lining. For me, sheds water, doesn't let the water in. Just really nice when I'm out running in the snow or if there were some puddles. It really just helps keep the foot comfortable so you can concentrate on just running. You're going to have a lot of protection against like rocks and roots and trees, whatever you end up hitting and brushing against. It's not going to penetrate through this material at all, which is certainly nice. This is a great shoe to take up on those 14ers or those real technical terrain. I'll get to the outsole in a minute. As far as the midsole is concerned, the one thing I didn't really care for was the material seemed to be a little stiff. It didn't feel like it had a lot of cushioning and response to give back as I ran in the shoe. Not that that's particularly a problem on the trail, but part of me feels like it would have been nice to have something just a little softer with a little more cushioning. With that being said, the midsole provides phenomenal protection against rocks and anything that might penetrate through the bottom of the shoe and up into your foot, especially if you've been out on the trail for a long time and you're constantly pounding against those rocks. This shoe is going to protect your foot very well. So that is the one nice thing about having such a durable midsole. As far as the outsole, probably already know, but you got some nice burly, I think they're 6mm lugs. I mean, these lugs just dig and dig and dig, and they actually have lasted a lot longer than I anticipated. You can see on my shoes that there's hardly any wear. Granted, I haven't taken these out like on the road and put them through that, but it's lasted longer than I thought it would. So nice deep lugs. The one downside to those real deep lugs and a more stiff midsole is that the shoe feels maybe more clunky than it really has to be. It's not a particularly agile shoe when you're running in it. And I don't think it's designed to be that type of shoe. It's certainly not a lightweight racer or lightweight trainer. It is designed to provide protection for your foot and provide grip for days. This shoe does best when you're going through those real technical trails, certainly when you get into mud, loose conditions. And I found these shoes to be phenomenal in the snow as well. They provide excellent grip, particularly when there's like 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches of powder, or even in some of the hard-packed surfaces from the fat bikes and the cross-country skis. It does great in those conditions. So that's probably my only downside, is that it feels just a little bit clunky of a shoe. I kind of wish it was a little more agile. I'll show you an example of one that I think blends that a little bit better, a different brand. As far as the positives and the overall, it is a great shoe. Really enjoy running in this shoe. Definitely my go-to when I'm looking for something that I know is going to, where I'm going to need extra traction, where I'm going to be running in the snow perhaps. This is definitely the go-to shoe for that. It was priced at about $170 if I remember right. So $170 on Salomon's website, which is a little high, but they have recently dropped that price down, if I'm not mistaken, down to $150, which is a much better buy. I think that puts it in better competition with other brands that have a comparable type of shoe. And of course, you can get the non-gore-tex version for $130 now on on Salomon's website, which is, I think, a great buy. My other trail shoe that I had mentioned earlier is the Adidas the Adidas Terrex Agravic XT GTX, also gore-tex shoe. I would compare these shoes as far as the overall durability and protection and comfortness that they provide for your foot. The biggest difference being that the Salomon has a little deeper lugs, as you can see here. Now, granted, I've worn these down. There's over 250 miles, or just about 250 miles in my Adidas. Both excellent grip, but I've found that I've used these for slightly different things. When I'm going out on the trail for a long time, or I just feel like I need something just a little more agile, a little more flexible, the Adidas was my go-to shoe. When I was going to be running in the snow, or I needed something that was more protective and a little more burly, then the Salomon was my go-to shoe. Now at this point, the Salomon is a little bit cheaper than the XT GTX. But if price is not a major concern, it's a toss-up. So that is my review of the Salomon Speedcross 5 GTX. Again, great shoe, highly recommended. But if you're looking for something for that little more agile, lightweight, quick race day shoe, this may not be the one to choose. Salomon does have some other pretty nice options, such as the brand new Pro 4, Sense Pro 4, which I have not used, but I've heard great things about. That would be maybe the better race day type shoe. But for your everyday trainer, just getting out there, putting in some fun miles, looking for something to protect your foot, keep you safe and comfortable on those long days, that provides great support and protection around your foot, Salomon Speedcross 5 GTX might be the way to go. Until next time, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment if you've used this shoe and what your thoughts are on it, or if you have questions, I'll be sure to get back with you. Thank you all. See Chad Run out.